Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be starting my decluttering my entire apartment mini series, I guess we can call it. And the goal initially was to try to just declutter as much as I could in one day. But because of the temperature in my apartment on this day, and frankly, right now being what it is, 89 degrees inside of my apartment currently, I just could only do so much before I had to call it a day. So this video is currently starting with just some clips of things that I'm hoping to get to over the next couple of weeks. So I'm talking my bed frame, which has shelves along the sides here. I've got some games and stuff. It's just like little things. I don't have a lot of stuff. I've been decluttering. I've been on a minimalism journey for years now. If you go back into my YouTube channel, you'll see just how far back this goes. So I don't have a lot to let go of, but every once in a while, usually every year, every couple of years or so, I want to do kind of a big declutter. But the definition of big kind of changes as I get rid of more and more things. So I also have lived in this studio apartment now for just about 4 years, probably going to be living here for another 6 to 9 months or so. So I don't know, I'm going to take this time. I have a lot of free time on my hands right now to just declutter as much as I possibly can. And even after just this day, it felt so amazing. I feel like I'm on a roll already. But what ended up happening on this day is I worked on my clothes, and then most of my bathroom I focused on toiletries and makeup products and things like that. But eventually I do want to get to my kitchen. You'll see these are my cabinets and drawers in the kitchen. Again, not bad, but I never really decluttered my kitchen stuff when I moved in here, and I've accumulated just a few things. So it's just not as organized or tidy as I want it to be, and it was never so bad that I needed to address it. But hey, I've got time, so why not? Here is really where you're going to see most of the difference. My drawers, this is where I keep most of my clothes, are just filled up. I kept thinking every time I put clothes away when I was folding them, I can't possibly squeeze any more clothes in here, and I know that I don't wear half of these clothes, and it's so frustrating to think you have a lot to wear, but really you don't want to wear what you have, maybe because it doesn't fit right, or you just don't like it anymore. Your tastes change, or just the quality was not as good as you thought it was going to be, or maybe your lifestyle has changed. So in my closet, there were a lot of business casual things from when I used to work at the Natural Health Center, and my entire internship where I was being a therapist, I never even really wore those clothes. So I know that at the job I do have as a therapist at some point starting next year, if I do need business casual clothes, then I'll buy them. But anyway, I'll talk about that later. Before I forget, just this clip you're seeing is what's behind my clothes in my closet. And I definitely do want to address that at some point as well. It just didn't happen on this particular day. So I am doing this more of a KonMari style without unfolding everything, because that's really what takes such a long time. And I didn't want to just kind of sift through the drawers. I did want to pull everything out, but I didn't want to then go through and rehang everything back up and refold the things that I did decide to keep, because that just would have added on so much time, and it was just so hot. So this is just me taking the things out of those 2 drawers and out of my closet. I didn't deal with my shoes, even though I included a clip of my shoes. I didn't try to declutter them. That'll probably be a different day. And here we go. This is the pile of all of the clothes that I own, with a few exceptions. what I'm wearing and what was in the laundry at the time. So here we go. I'm just kind of going through, and I will toss something into the laundry hamper if I decide I don't want it, and then I was just kind of keeping it folded and in place if I was keeping it. My criteria for what to keep is, does this thing fit? When I put it on, do I feel good in it? Is this something, for example, if it's a workout clothing item, is this something I do wear to work out in? Does it function the way I want it to? Is it worn out? Is it stretched out? And just pulling aside things that I knew right away that I was going to get rid of. Like every time I run a 5K or a half marathon or whatever, you get a shirt with it, and I never wear them. So I knew right away I'd be getting rid of those things. And then here I'm going through my socks. I had bought socks, probably it's been a year at this point, but I kept my backup socks, the ones that were super stretched out, just in case. And I'm here finally I'm getting rid of them because I never use them. And I hate them because they're stretched out. They don't fit my feet. So it felt good to finally get rid of them. And now my socks still fit in that little box that they're stored in, which, by the way, is actually half of a laptop box that I continue to use to divide up my drawers. Now just going through some of the hanging things. This is really where the bulk of the business casual clothes were stored. So trousers and button up blouses and things like that I didn't wear in my day-to-day life, and I haven't worn in well over a year at this point. So I was just ready to get rid of it. That sparkly tank is honestly more, I don't know if you even saw it, it's more of a sentimental item than anything else. It was a costume piece for my very first play I was ever cast in, and I just continue to hang on to it, even though I have nowhere to wear it. I never wear it. And then I had a couple of those three things. Those are costume pieces from a theater where I worked last fall. And I don't know why I'm still hanging on to them. I guess they're sort of just in case items if I need like a costumey bit. They don't take up a huge amount of space, but you might see me declutter those in 2 years from now. Who knows? And then that is my actual fur coat that I got from my grandmother. I have named her Estelle, and she's fabulous, and I refuse to feel bad about owning her. So everything's out of the drawers. I am vacuuming out the dust and the hair. I decided I wasn't going to go through all the trouble of really wiping it out because the vacuum did just fine at getting the schmutz out of there. And here we are. We're just putting everything back. This was probably the most satisfying part to me, just to be putting away my clothes and everything fitting with a little bit of room to spare. That's exactly what I wanted. And it felt amazing. It was one of the first things I showed Tyler when he came over that night. Like, look, remember every time I put my clothes away and I say, I need to declutter my clothes. I finally did it, and this is why. It feels so amazing. I just love using little boxes to divide up my drawers. I don't know if any of you do that, but that's a pretty big tip. I try to hang on to things like that for a little while just to see if I can make use of them. But anyway, here I am going through this bag that I feel like every time I've decluttered, I just sort of put back, but I finally went through it and decided, hey, these things that I've been holding on to, it's time to get rid of. I'm shocked I'm still holding on to that blue bag that you saw me just fold in there and put back. That's from high school. And now I'm just putting back the things that I was storing in my closet. There's sort of a rhyme and reason to how I organize my clothes in my closet, but it's mainly push everything off to the side as much as possible so that I can actually access what is stored behind the clothes, which is why I bought those staggered kind of hangers. I didn't really do a close-up of them here, but I think you see them later on, where it's one little hanger, but then you can store multiple, sorry about the road noise, you can store multiple things. There it is, I'm putting clothes on there right now. It just helps make it appear like there's more room in the closet. And most of my clothes are stored in my drawers. So here we go. There's a little bit of the after. There just takes up probably about half the rung, which I like. And I know I store a couple of my boots on hangers, and here's the after of the drawers. This is really the shot that just makes me the happiest to see. I love that empty space. And then that night I ended up buying a couple of pairs of running shorts because I needed running shorts, and I finally had room in my drawer to store them. And there's the big pile. That is everything, all the clothes I was getting rid of. I just wanted to pop on here to point out a couple of things that I'm finally getting rid of that were really hard to get rid of. Please, I am so sorry for the sound of the fans. It is 89 degrees in my apartment, and I cannot turn the fans off, so I promise I'll make this brief. One of the things that was really tough to finally let go of was this little bag. It is a Mary Kate and Ashley brand bag from, like, I'm talking from when they had a brand of clothing and accessories at Walmart. I've had this since the year I was 7 years old, and I used to just have it as like a little day bag, or maybe if I went to the beach or something. It's got, I mean, look at that. It's got holes. It's got these, I don't know, this discoloration. It's old, it's time. And I'm not gonna donate it. I'm just gonna throw it out because it's really bad. And then another thing that was tough was this green dress, which is so, it's very symbolic in mine and Tyler's relationship. But it was a cheap dress. The fabric has been very stretched out. I've tried to wear it recently, and it just doesn't fit right on my body anymore because it's all worn. So I'm not going to hold on to it for sentimental reasons, and I'm letting it go. And now we move on to the bathroom. So the main thing I needed to declutter was this storage unit here. There were several things that just started to live on the top, and then I don't have a ton of makeup, but I really wanted to declutter some old stuff. So that's just been one of those little things that's been on my mind. And then my medicine cabinet, which I knew I wanted to get rid of a few things, but also clean it out. And then this drawer here, which is the top little drawer. This is under my sink. And then there's another drawer that you're about to see. It's kind of where I store my cleaning supplies and my tools. I did not declutter those in this video, but those might appear in a future video because I definitely want to sort through them. And these are the fabric bins that store backups of things, my hair care supplies, little towels, things like that. I don't have a medicine cabinet, I have a medicine fabric drawer, etc. So just taking everything off of the storage unit completely. I don't think I've done this in a couple of years. I actually have a bathroom declutter video that was kind of emotionally activating back from 2020 Maybe I'll link that down below, but that's the last time I've gone through my bathroom. So here we are, just taking everything out, because sometimes you gotta be a little extreme to make a big impact. There was only one package of makeup remover wipes left in that box, so I thought, why am I taking up so much space with that box? And I barely wear makeup anyway, so I'm sure I'm gonna have that pack of makeup remover wipes for the next 4 months or so. And here we are, taking my little Swiffer and dusting the unit while everything is off. It wasn't too bad. I try to clean this fairly frequently, but just taking that opportunity to clean it off while it's empty. Looks like I forgot to empty out one of the cubes. That little canister is actually a fly trap, or like whatever flies, it just attracts them all. It's incredible. I had a little bit of what I think was a drain fly problem, and that took care of that in a matter of days. It was awesome. I should link that down below. It's like ant something's fly juice. Now I'm taking everything out of those acrylic organizers and going through them. I feel like I have a lot of makeup brushes for someone who barely wears makeup. So I did go through them. I got rid of a few. I don't know why I hung on to the ones I hung on to, but there you go. And now I'm finally going through my makeup. This is stuff, I'm talking like that Clinique thing that I just threw out. I don't even want to tell you how long I've had it. It's so old. And then that's dirty. I don't think that's ever been cleaned. But yeah, all those lipsticks I just tossed. If you've been on my channel for a long time and you remember when I got those, please don't judge me. And I took the opportunity while these were empty to wash them out of the just kind of caked on makeup and dust and grime, and that felt good. And now just cleaning out the inside of the medicine cabinet. Couldn't get that schmutz off. I don't know what that was, but that lives there now, I guess. And whatever I couldn't get off with a Clorox wipe, I pulled out my handy dandy pink stuff and finished off the rest. There's still some schmutz, rust stains or whatever it was, but it didn't bother me too much. I just wanted to make sure it was looking better than it did before, and mission accomplished. I try to leave space for Tyler's things. He sleeps over about 3 nights a week, so that top part of the shelf is mostly his stuff, and then I sort of take over the rest. The medicine cabinet ended up probably more full than it was when I started, but that was to just optimize my actual storage space so there were fewer things on top of the cubed storage unit. And then kind of speaking of optimizing my own storage space, I ended up storing more things in this top drawer than were in there previously. So it might look fuller or more cluttered than before, but I prefer there to be more things in the drawers than out on the counters. And this is the part that, I don't know if it took the longest, but this was certainly the longest clip going through those fabric bins. So that one that I'm pulling everything out of, that was all my hair stuff. So curling wand, what is that called? The blow dryer, and then just the few little hair products that I do have. So I didn't get rid of anything in there, but just kind of reorganized it. This drawer has my travel stuff. I think I got rid of a couple things like little trash bits and bobs, and then reorganized it just so it looked nicer. It also had my hot water bottle and my menstrual cup, but I ended up storing that in a different bin. This next bin is where I kept my makeup palettes and a lot of backups for things like backup toothpaste, my contacts, things like that. So just sort of reorganizing it, and I did get rid of a couple of things. Taking the toothpaste out of the plastic wrap, just making that look a little bit nicer. I struggled trying to balance everything. This stuff fell like 4 times off of this bin, and I just kept putting it back and then just making the same mistake and balancing it again and again and again on the corner of the plastic bin. And I just laugh looking at myself probably making my job harder than it needed to be, but whatever. I did it. Got the job done. But that little box, so those were when I used to have Birchbox, long time ago. And again, I kept little boxes for storage, and I don't think it's excessive, but it works well for me. I got rid of all of my nail polish. I say all like it's so many. I had like 4 nail polishes left. I have not painted my own nails in the 4 years I have lived here, so I felt okay getting rid of my nail polish. I got rid of my Naked 3 palette, which felt really huge for me. I haven't bought an eyeshadow palette also in years. I just don't wear makeup that much anymore, and it feels amazing. And here, I didn't get rid of any of my towels, but I did use some boxes, which I think I just went and grabbed. Yep, here we go. To sort of separate them out into my cleaning towels, my washcloths, and my kitchen towels. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but looks better than it did before. This bin probably took the longest out of all 6 because this was my medicine bin or whatever. I have been sick a lot in 2022. I just was stressing my body out a lot, and there was one particularly crappy sinus infection where I don't know, I was trying to treat it and nothing was working, so I just accumulated a lot of cold medicine that did a lot of different things. And these are some Chinese herbs from when I used to work at the Natural Health Center. A lot of them are still good, so I'm keeping the ones that are good, but looking at expiration dates and throwing things out. I highly recommend doing that. I'm not a scientist, and I'm changing over my audiobook because I just finished the one I was listening to. If you're curious, I was listening to the guest list, and then I just switched it to I don't even remember. I'm listening to it now and I don't know what it's called. Lock Every Door, I think is what it's called. Anyway, I'm not a scientist, or a pharmacist or whatever. I don't know what happens if you take expired medicine, if it just loses efficacy or if it's actually harmful, but I just think it's a really easy way to declutter your bathroom because medicine expires a lot faster than I think we realize. And here we go. I just think the top of this unit looks so much better with fewer things. It just makes me happy to look at. Before I took these after shots, I did clean my bathroom, but I didn't film me cleaning my bathroom because that's not what this video is about. But it was just easier to wipe everything down while it was empty. So here's what the drawers look like now that they're all organized and decluttered and put back in the unit. But that's really what I did. I almost said that's all I did. It wasn't all. It took a long time. I was very sweaty and gross afterwards. I'm just really glad I finally got to it. If you did like this video, if you're excited about me decluttering some more, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you want me to tackle next. I've got a couple of ideas. namely my kitchen, because I've never decluttered my kitchen since living here. Also my bed frame, which has the shelves on there. So there are just things that I've never really gone through, never really pulled everything out, sorted through. So there's that area. I have under my bathroom sink, and then the other drawer that I didn't tackle that you saw earlier. So there are several little areas. Oh, the stuff that's behind my clothes in my closet. So yeah, let me know down below in the comments what you would like me to declutter next. I'm gonna try to finish decluttering the rest of my apartment in, I mean, it'd be nice to do just one video, but it'll probably be 2 more videos. So think of this as a trilogy. If you're excited, let me know. I'm excited. I'm trying to make the most of my free time. And I'm excited to just be back doing YouTube. I've missed you all. I've missed this process. I don't know what my voice is doing. Okay, I'm going to stop doing this recording because I need to turn all of my fans back on and chill out. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.